Hello, hello, beautiful souls. Happy Master Number Day, Master Number 2222. We're also coming up on an Aquarius full moon, which is really exciting. And we're also coming into Leo season. So we have a little bit of fire energy coming up after being in water, in the emotions, kind of reflecting, introspecting, and taking care of loose ends or little details that we've been working on for the last little while. And so really coming in touch with our priorities at this time. Now, we do have a lot happening around the world, let alone what's been happening for the last couple of years. We've got a lot of forest fires in my area here. We've got a lot of fires burning, which is pretty scary for people. But then we also have a lot of flooding happening in Europe and in other areas of the world. So we've got this fire energy, this passion energy, and we also have this emotional energy. And so, it's good to reflect on these aspects of what's coming up through Mother Earth, Mother Nature. And so we do have this energy of fire and water. And then, what that means, it's like we have to be able to merge our passion, our intellect, and our emotions and stabilize and renew ourselves for this next energy coming up. So today I wanted to do a pop-up love reading because there's a lot of energies surrounding incoming soulmates or communicating with people from your past to find closure or to start something new in terms of new energies, new level ups. And so I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into those because I know you guys are just as interested as I am in terms of what's going on and are we paying attention? What is the truth of the matter in terms of what the possibilities are here and listening to our intuition, but also being aware not to be too obsessed or controlling in terms of how these things are going to turn out. So a light energy for today, and let us dive in. So what I've done is I've pulled a couple more in-depth cards for the viewer, and then I have cards for the partnership. So a lover coming in, a past person, someone in your heart, basically the person that is coming in for you. Pulled messages on what's going on with their energies and then what's going on with your energies within regards to this relationship. And then I've pulled a couple for what is the pairing, the energy of the union. And I'm usually not guided to do this whatsoever, but there's a lot of bird medicine happening right now. So I've seen hawk twice, and that's one of my power totems. And there's just a lot of bird medicine, and they have a lot to teach us. So if you are paying attention to animal totems, animal medicine, now's a really good time to look up the different types of birds that are coming up for you. For example, heron, blue heron flies by you. What is that heron trying to teach you? There's some subtle messages coming through, and if we're not paying attention, we might miss them. That's not going to mean anything in terms of the grand perspective, but it might help you navigate a little bit. If you're struggling and if you're feeling really despondent or dissatisfied, or you've just been in a state for a little bit too long in terms of manifesting change, manifesting transformation, and the 3D version of those manifestations hasn't quite come in. That can be very frustrating and painful, and that's part of the human experience. So I was guided to do a little bit of a feather clearing, and I'm just going to do it because I'm just going to follow my guidance systems. So I guess we're all in need of a little bit of clearing right now. So if you just want to take a deep breath and bring in the intention that you're releasing energies that are of no longer service to you and bringing in the highest and best energies, aligning with your most authentic self, your soul, your spirit, your team, any guidance system that is for the highest and best for you. We're just going to clear any obstacles, let down defense, let down our guard, know that we are protected within ourselves, and really just remove and clear some excess energy here. So I'm just going to start here. You can close your eyes. You can keep them open, whatever works for you. When I'm doing healing sessions, I will clear your energy. So this is a little bit of Reiki clearing, and as well as a tarot and psychic reading here. So we're just clearing any energies that are no longer of service for our highest good or the highest and good for all. Clearing any blocks, any obstacles, resistance, self-sabotage. We're removing and releasing now. Letting go of control of things we cannot control. Okay? And we're getting in touch with the deeper aspects of ourselves, the one that can help guide us through setbacks, challenges, problems, and find solutions. So we're going to be focusing on solutions here. Deep breaths. Okay. All right. So that was just a little bit of a clearing before we go into the session here. And actually, I have this little shaker drum, bear medicine drum, and I'm just going to bring up the energy a little bit because we've cleared. So let's bring up the energy a little bit. Bring in the bear medicine, that protective, beautiful energy. Know that we're powerful within ourselves. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay. So I'm actually just going to dive in and start messages for you, the viewer. These are specific for you, not necessarily connected to the union coming in terms of romance, but Spirit wants you to know this today. Prayers. Oh, this is a really interesting one. So if you have been praying for help, if you've been asking for guidance, and it feels like you don't know where you stand with the universe right now, or you're a little bit conflicted with your perspective of what is going on and where you fit and what your purpose is at this point in time, because you might have shapeshifted and transformed purpose multiple times, or thought you were going in one direction and now you'd like to go in a new direction. When we change, when we transform, this happens. Sometimes we don't know where we're going. And so this, I believe, is Spirit saying that, yes, your prayers have been heard. Yes, we are listening. Yes, there is a greater plan. And yes, you have doubts. Yes, you may be questioning things. That is a part of your journey, okay? If you're not questioning things, if you're not hitting a space where you're challenging some of your own belief systems, then maybe, you're not digging enough. So if you're there, if you're in that spot where you're digging and you're feeling kind of that energy of alone in the universe, just know you're not. That's part of your journey, although it can be quite challenging and quite rattling to feel that energy of being disconnected or alone. But, your prayers are being heard. So I'm going to read this booklet because it's by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And the booklet is much more in depth. So let's see what her messages are for prayers. My book is a little bit mangled here. Okay, so you are being heard. Your guides and angels are acknowledging your prayers, thoughts, and communication with them. This is their way of affirming to you that your messages are getting through to them loud and clear. It is easy to feel as though you are not being heard at times, mainly because the communication feels as though it is only one way. This is exactly why the prayers card has come to you today. Every time you pray or talk to your guides and angels, you are opening up a direct line of communication with them. Although they cannot answer you in the form of words, they are sending you energetic and intuitive replies. Take time after your prayers to sit quietly. Feel your own energy and the energy within your room. You will start to find that you're becoming more sensitive to their presence, and you may also start to tune into the divine messages they have for you. If you have not been speaking to your guides and angels, then this card has come to encourage you to do so. Relationships take effort on both sides, and they are wanting to build their relationship with you. Talking with Spirit is a powerful way to feel supported, connected, and cared for, especially when we are feeling alone in our physical world. Usually when this card appears, it is because you are much more able than most to hear the messages of Spirit. Prayer is a powerful building block in strengthening your intuitive gifts. Begin looking for replies and answers to your prayers in your everyday world as well. Spirit is reaching out to you, communicate back to you now. So if you've been feeling like you're not too sure what your relationship, and it was just 1010 on the timestamp there, so happy 1010, which is, pay attention to your thoughts, and of course synchronicities and special signs and messages for people watching. So if you've been wondering, what is your relationship with spirit? If your intuitive gifts have been developing and deepening, and your physical world is a little bit like there's unrest in your physical world, I'm definitely here. I have been talking to spirit saying, well, what is this relationship of ours? Can I trust you? Can I rely on you? Because I'm aware of my efforts towards my gifts and relationship with spirit. And then sometimes there are these lulls in our connection where it feels like there's been a disconnect, or it feels like, spirit's gone, okay, Mollie, take the wheel, or okay, so-and-so, take the wheel. And you're like, okay, don't know where I'm going, don't know where I'm headed, but sure. So sometimes it can feel a little bit challenging when we are mastering something new, or we're in the Fool energy where we're uncertain of our new surroundings, which is beautiful in and of itself, because we've at least gotten to another stage in our learning, our evolution, where we don't know where we are. So it's actually a level of mastery to be in the Fool energy. So be kind to yourself. Spirit is saying, hello, we are listening. Like, don't give up on your relationship with spirit or magic or miracles. If you have been hitting resistance blocks, challenges, and you've been in really low energies, the universe is still listening to you, even if you're not seeing direct results or physical manifestations of you asking for help or asking for guidance. We're coming back to pay attention to the small messages, because it might not be something big. You might not, I pray for a new job, something healthy, something that I'm passionate about, something that fits, and that might not come in right away, but you might receive smaller messages that help lead you to, say, a person who has a job opening. So just be aware that, it might not be that big, huge blast off you're hoping for, but the subtle messages, because you're highly intuitive, might help you get there. All right. So let's do Sacred Animal Totem. What medicines are helping us at this time? I knew it was going to be a bird. So resonating to number 6, we have the bowerbird dowry. So this is really interesting. It's about building up our foundation, but also building up our physical world to attract suitors, or to attract even ourselves to ourselves, right? So I'm gonna, and you can look up the energy of bowerbird. It's actually really interesting. They create these beautiful, beautiful, bowers to attract a mate. And it's so interesting because they're full of colors. I think they pull in blue. So if blue is a color for you that resonates on some level, then that is true for you. But it just it hints to the fact that you are building up a foundation that you would like to share with someone. And so you might be focused on that material aspect right now. You have to also remember to focus on your spiritual aspects and your physical aspects as well, in terms of your well-being, your mental balance, your heart space. So following your heart and, following your pursuits in terms of the physical world. So let's read this beautiful card here. The male bowerbird is famous for its bower, an arbor-like mating nest constructed from interwoven grasses, twigs, bark, and rootlets. Looking more like a garden arch than a nest, when complete, the bower is decorated with found objects of beauty, odds and ends gathered with passionate intent as decoys to attract and inspire a suitable mate. Satin bowerbirds, for example, have a particular weakness for things colored blue. Blue pen lids, blue drinking straws, pieces of blue paper, blue clothes pegs, and blue bottle tops. Any discarded or lost item can make its way into the satin bowerbird's nest, so long as it is colored predominantly in an attractive shade of blue. Expert pilferers, the bowerbird raids outhouses and potting sheds, searching for its favorite plunder to take back to its bower. Identifying acquisitiveness as its main weakness, the bowerbird validates its behavior by proclaiming it a necessary facet of its dreaming. So in Australia, medicine speaking, dream time is a very important analogy of the fact that we are spirits living a physical world, and they consider this dream time, not the spiritual energy of astral projection, and that would be considered our reality. So when we talk about dreaming, it's the medicine of the bird or the animal in this dream time. You can look into that further if you like. It's really quite fascinating. It cleverly translates an obviously infatuated mindset into sensible and realistic preparations for the future. If it were to ignore its innate desire to gather and collect, the male bowerbird would have nothing to present to its prospective mate as a dowry. From the female bowerbird's perspective, the male who collects the greatest amount of objects will ultimately prove to be the most suitable mate. The beauty of his bower is signifying a superior level of determination, dedication, and effort. As with all animals, potential mates are chosen depending on their deservedness and worthiness, with the belief that affirms the stronger the mate, the stronger the offspring, ruling their final decision. Accumulation and contribution are bowerbird's gifts to the people. Prudent observation of what is required while employing appropriate and constructive follow-up action is the message of the bowerbird. It indicates that when you are ready for change of any sort, the trappings, information, and resources required to ensure a successful and abundant future will be available. By appearing in your cards today, bowerbird is making preparations for the next phase of your life, encouraging you to begin gathering together all that you need to ensure a productive future for yourself. He is asking you to build your bower, to prepare your dowry, be it in the form of extra or further study, savings, self-worth, spiritual development, or something else. So this is a really interesting card because it reminds us that your wealth, your inheritance, can be financial, it can be spiritual, it can be wisdom, it can be experience. So there's many things that can qualify as a dowry for you in terms of attracting a mate. So take a look at your insecurities in terms of what you feel unworthy about. Is it your finances? Do you feel like you're physically unworthy to bring in a mate? Just take a look at where your insecurities and lack of self-worth or lack of confidence is, and maybe try to take a different perspective on it and focus on your power, your strengths, where you really are confident, because your mate who's coming in is going to look at you as a whole. They're not just going to go look at you and your bank account. If that's the person that you're calling in and manifesting and is a soulmate connection for you, they're not going to be solely focused on what you can offer physically. However, we still have to be aware that we do want to present our best self in relationship. We do want to be prepared for this next step of relationship, to have our ducks in a row as much as we possibly can, so to speak. So it's not about ultra readiness in terms of you have to have every single thing prepared before you can meet someone, because then perhaps you might miss that opportunity. You might miss the chance to connect with someone if you're hyper focused on being prepared. But there is wisdom in being ready for this next step in our life. So you have to find the balance between the two. And so we have another message from the Isis of Oracle here, wings of Isis uniting with the angelic self. So you really are coming into a place of empowerment here. So let's read Alana Fairchild. And this, I'm not going to read the rest of the cards for the main reading. Whoops, I might have missed it here. Here we go. So I'm just going to read the top half here. You have a special spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds. Part of your soul purpose is to birth angelic consciousness and values such as fearlessness, compassion, and service into this human culture. This oracle brings you angelic assistance and intervention and confirmation that any impressions you may have had that you belong not only to the human kingdom, but also the angelic one are correct. You have a spiritual relationship with the angelic worlds and are helping to birth angelic qualities of fearlessness, light, service to the greater good, and alignment of divine will into human form. This is no small task, and although you are well equipped to succeed, there are beings that wish to assist you so that you may grow too in your success, may be more graceful and swift. Isis, divine winged mother, goddess and angel of healing, wishes to assist you with unconditional love now. So it is saying, although you were born to change the world in some way or another, although you were born with angelic presence, features of which you have this fearlessness, that you can be a leader in showing others an energy of fearlessness, how you pick yourself up, how you continue to move forward, how you cultivate faith, and maybe you recultivate faith. You can lose it here and there, and that's not, we go through cycles in life. So if you're going through a cycle where your faith has waned, that is a cycle in and of itself, and you're learning through that. You're questioning yourself, you're questioning your universe, you're questioning how you relate to the universe in that way. So just know you're not alone in terms of questioning things right now and reintegrating with your spirituality and or your faith, whatever it is, or where you fit into the divine plan or divine purpose. So, okay, those are your messages for the viewer. Now we're going to get into the relationship aspect of the reading, and we'll go into your person's energy. What are they feeling? What's happening around them? We have birthday. So a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. So it might be someone, your significant person's birthday coming up, or someone close to them has a significant birthday coming up. This would be more for a cross watcher, I guess, if you're reading and you're the object of desire, you're interested in someone, then they may have a special birthday coming up, or you yourself do. So we also have, like I said, we're moving into Leo season. So we're going to be having a lot of those birthdays coming up too. Messages for them. Compliments. I know how good it feels to get a compliment, so I give that gift to others. I'll find a nice compliment for everyone I interact with today, even if I have to think really hard about it. In which case I can follow up by complimenting myself for solving such a compliment puzzle. Wow, I'm skilled. So maybe this person has had trouble with their own self-worth, self-image, and they have trouble complimenting themselves or feeling good about themselves, feeling worthy and desirable, feeling sexy. Maybe they don't believe it when you or other lovers or people they've known in the past have called them sexy or desirable. They don't believe it. So right now Spirit is asking them to compliment people, to take action, to actually speak their truth and tell people how they feel about them. So, thank you so much for being there for me, or I really love how you speak your mind, or I'm really amazed at what you've accomplished. Spirit is telling this person to open up their throat chakra and communicate their truth a little bit more, and just start with small things. If they get tongue-tied or they get social anxiety about coming out and actually speaking their truth to you, then Spirit is saying, just start with small little compliments. So you can start with that. Start with a small truth and then work your way up to the larger truths, which was probably your feelings or your deep love and admiration for this person. So this person's message to you: you changed my life for the better, and I can never thank you enough. Your love helped me evolve. So this person you may have met this person in the past, and or you're telepathically assisting them or sending them messages. You might be contacting them in your dream realm at this time. You might be sending them just little messages and saying, I hope you're doing well out there in the universe. I'm really excited to meet you, or really excited to see you, and wishing you the best. Or you might actually have dialogue with this person and be telling them about your life too. So we aren't as limited as we think sometimes when it comes to energy. And so this person is saying, they have picked up on your energy, and or they remember you from this physical lifetime and or a past lifetime, and they're saying, they can't thank you enough. If they never did thank you, they're thanking you energetically now. They can't thank you enough. You are an amazing person, and your love helped this person evolve. So I wish you were on top. I wish I were on top of you right now, rocking you into sweet oblivion. So they do have, still have sexual desire, sexual passion for you. And they do wish, in some ways that they could actually physically be with you right now. So if you are, feeling that desire too, and you're calling them in, you're like, I want to make sweet, passionate love to you. They're feeling that too. So they're feeling that energy that you're sending out as well. They are also feeling that energy. They want to be with you right now. And I'm not sure what the obstacles are for them. We saw communication as perhaps one of them, but they do wish they could come forward to you. They are a starseed, or they're saying that they see you as a starseed. So they are coming to an acceptance that they are a little bit different than they originally saw themselves. So they are evolving. They are becoming more consciously aware of maybe connections to Sirius, Pleiades, maybe the Arcturian energies, blue ray energies. So they are kind of coming into this understanding that they're more than meets the eye, and they're not as small as they've been told that they are. So they're coming more into spiritual awareness, whereas before they might have feigned a little bit of confidence there. Now they're actually stepping into that role a little bit further. We have second chance. Someone desires for a clean slate or a second chance. There's the opportunity to clear toxic ties as they have been illuminated and processed. Change is possible based on each party's willingness to let go of the past burdens and fear in their hearts. Maturity has been acquired in matters of the heart, and a new beginning is available with honesty, truth, and healing through love. So, you may have past hurts. You may have traumas or wounds. You might have trust issues. That might be with this person, or it might just be in general where you're wondering, okay, how do I move forward, healthy, healed, whole, complete, and really give this relationship with this person an opportunity, and yourself the opportunity to flourish and blossom and have this second chance in relationship. But this is coming from the other person's energy. So this may be a person who does desire a second chance with you. And, we can take it as someone from your past who wants a second chance with you. We can also take it as someone who's also experienced a lot of challenges and heartbreak and upset in their romantic life. And this is their second chance as well. So you're both coming into it knowing that you have to clear as much pain, as much energies from the past as you possibly can in order to give yourselves the best opportunity for a fresh start. And if this is someone from your past, they do want to compliment you, and they do want to come in and let you know how much you have deeply affected their life. You have changed them for the better is what they are saying. And it's also, remember, saying that both parties need to let go of any toxic ties within themselves or in relationship dynamic. And each party's willingness to let go is going to really contribute to whether or not that second chance, gets off the ground or not. But maturity has been acquired. And so, if this person does display signs of evolution in their actions, not just their words, then, you may have to make a decision there if it's right for you. Is their dowry, is their like bower, have they built it enough for you, but not waited till the ends of time? So there's this energy of you can wait only so long until someone else comes along and scoops your person up. So they have this energy of getting ready to take action or being prepared to enter into relationship again. So let's see what your energies are for the viewer. Autumn. So it says in the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. So this is a timing card showing that it's not too long before you may find yourself in the full throes of a new relationship. Because we're coming into August here. So September is considered fall. So you have very soon, you might meet this person, or this person might communicate with you, and you might be just starting the ball rolling, testing out, boundaries, testing out maturity, testing out your communication. And dipping your toes in the water, so to speak, seeing where you're at, emotionally, physically, what your priorities are, what you're wanting. But it is saying that it's happening very quickly. It's happening right now in terms of the timing. And by autumn, you are going to be in that energy of harvest and abundance. It says power struggle for your energy. One or both parties are involved in a power dynamic. Neither party will bend, resulting in an impasse. The need to be right or wrong stems from a need to control or be validated. Both parties need to learn how to work together as a team. So this might have been something very predominant in your energy in the past, or you might have had power struggles or competition energy in past relationships. And that's something that's part of this toxic tie that you're letting go of. It's no longer just about you. It's no longer just about them. It's about you and them. And it's about the partnership as its own identity as well. So, also in terms of communication, if your energy is absolutely blocked and you're not interested, then this person won't likely come through and talk with you. But if you are open to that communication, then just be modest and understanding in terms of that communication coming in, or make the move yourself. You're going to know what feels correct and in alignment with you. Right? So you're not going to force yourself or push yourself to contact someone if it doesn't feel right for you. Vice versa, you are aware that power struggles aren't going to get you further in love, right? It needs to be an equal energy and have reciprocity. So you're really focusing on teamwork. So you might even be focusing on what you can build with this new person. And so you also have, I want you, I miss you. You have no idea how much I long for you. So your spirit is really longing for this soulmate, this person to come into your life or come back into your life. You're really in a place of receptivity. Your focus is on the highest and best. Your focus is on the empire that you can build, or the safety or the nest, right? That you can build, where each of you has a safe space to grow, to blossom, to bloom, to flourish, to laugh, to play, to enjoy yourselves, right? So you're really focused on the safety of this relationship too. And we have warmth. This is so cute. I focus on warmth and let it guide all of my interactions. No matter how others behave, I choose to respond warmly. With warmth, I can melt any icy exterior. I can soften any hard feelings. I can microwave any pizza. Today, I adopt the saying, kill him with kindness, and turn myself into a warm and loving serial killer. So this is showing, you might have been met with some harsh energies in the past in love, some coldness that really shriveled your wee heart up. And you've been working your way at opening your heart back up, getting excited about relationship again, acknowledging where your toxicities were in the past, acknowledging where there was competition energies, and moving more into open communication, emotional availability, healthy boundaries, and an understanding of where you are and what you want in your life. And so this is saying that even though there might be some coldness in the beginning, you might kind of be like, it's like an old car starting for the first time if you haven't been in a relationship for a while. It might take a little while for, the motor to get up and running. So just be patient with yourself. Make sure you're well lubricated. And just focus on that warmth that truly does come from your heart. Like, you are a warm, compassionate, caring person. And even if you were betrayed or things happened in the past where someone wasn't their best self, or maybe you weren't your best self, just know that warmth and kindness still exists in you, and you can choose to utilize that. You can still be warm and kind and say, no, sorry. And this is kind of the energy of the Queen and King of Swords here. So it's a question of, yes, you could cut someone down into little wee pieces and send them packing with some stab wounds, or you can be kind and just kind of put away the competition or hostilities just in general, right? So if someone does come forward to you and say, hey, I'd love to take you on a date, or hey, I've had my eye on you for a while, and you don't feel it, it's wise to be kind and compassionate to that person, as you might find yourself in that position at some point. And it would be great if that person was warm and compassionate towards you, right? So, but this is a message to be warm towards this new connection coming in. your message to this person: I will always love and admire you no matter what happened or happens between us. So there's some really interesting dialogue going on between the two of you. The two of you are really kind of admiring each other and just saying, like, there is an element of unconditional love in your heart space right now. And you're understanding that you're not entirely sure what's going to happen in your love life at this time, right? There is a lot up in the air and or in question, but you're saying, both parties are saying, I love you and I admire you. So there's a really interesting energy of not trying to control what's happening. Both of you are trying your best at letting it flow and surrendering. And this is why it's important to listen to your intuition, because your intuition might say, okay, now is the time to send that message, or now is the time to go on a dating application, or say to your friends, you're ready to look, right? So just pay attention to those subtle energies. And for you, the watcher, you have emotional healing. So you have been working really hard on your emotional healing. And so you're not going to be willing to put yourself in harm's way again in terms of, toxic energies or roller coaster energies. And so in terms of this dowry, this bowerbird, when your mate comes in or a potential mate comes in, you're going to be looking at all of the surroundings. You're not just going to be focused on the sex, not just the passion. You're going to be looking at all kind of facets of this person. What have they built in their life? What makes them whole as a person? What makes them thrive as a person? What are they passionate about? Because you're not willing to sacrifice your healing work, what you have done in the past couple of years, months, weeks. So you really are looking at someone who's going to come in and has done their healing work too, and has enhanced themselves just as much as you have enhanced yourself. So this is really quite a beautiful read coming through. And so let's do some messages for the two of you. So once again, my book, the Kindred Spirit Love Oracle book, it's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's available on Kindle, Kobo. You can type it in Google and it will come up and show you. But if you want to support Canadian, if you want to support local, if you're in Canada and BC, then go ahead and purchase your copy. It's available in paperback and, of course, ebook. So let's do a little message for the two of you. Victory stance. It is important that you stand in your power and do not settle for energies that are not in alignment. It is healthy for you to stand your ground and be confident about the energy you desire for a healthy balance. Someone else may need to make adjustments to meet you at your energy frequency. So what I get from this, and this is message 31. So there's a synchronicity number 3131 for you. If that means something special. So you may have to stand your ground, and the person watching, you might be in that energy of surrender and allowing love to come to you. I know I'm in that energy of practicing to be in the divine feminine energy of manifesting love towards me, manifesting communication towards me. Because I do find it really easy to go after what I want, to take initiative, to speak my truth, to communicate my love for people. And I need that back too. So, at this time in my life, I don't want to do the same thing I've always done. I would find it easy to message someone. I would find it easy to send an email, send a text, send a message. And not that in the past I haven't had to really make decisions on whether that was a good thing for me. And really, I follow my intuition quite a bit in terms of reaching out to people. If I have dreams or messages coming in, I will reach out. I will listen to my intuition. So at this point in my journey and my lessons, I'm learning to release that energy and be, have someone show me their dowry, like show me what you have to offer. So you might be in that energy too. So it's really going to depend. You're going to know what's right for you in terms of which one you are. Do you have to take the initiative, go out there and speak your truth? Have you been quiet? Have you been hiding your feelings about someone and not letting them know that's an effort of control if you don't know that already. And so it might be your time to shine that light and really break through those communication blocks for you, and tell someone and face those fears of rejection, face those fears of communicating your love to someone. And vice versa, you might be in my seat where you're being patient, and you can take action, and you're ready to communicate, you're ready to go out, you're ready to say, sure, let's give it a try, let's go out on a date, or yes, let's have a conversation, let's talk, let's clear things up. You might be in a really open space right now. So just take note of where you stand within your personal power, right? So more messages for the union. We have facing fears. So both of you are facing your personal fears and fears in relationships. So that's why it might be taking a little bit longer. You might be, wiping sweat from your brow going, okay, like how long is this relationship going to take to manifest if you've been receiving messages that it's here, right? So very interesting that we're both facing our fears. We're both looking at ourselves and where we sabotage too, because if we're not facing our fears, ultimately what may happen is we allow that fear to control the outcome. So if you never tell someone you love them, or if you never apologize for something you did, you're not creating that opportunity for change, right? We also have reborn. So this is a Phoenix card. So this is also kind of indicating, we have that second chance card for your person's energy. So maybe they are rebirthing themselves. They're giving themselves a second chance at love as well, giving them the permission to be different, to try things a different way, and to let go of toxic ties, that they have developed from the past, because you have been doing the same thing, as we have seen with emotional healing. So both of you are doing emotional healing. Both of you are facing fears, and you're both reborn in one way or another. And then we also have co-creator. So what's really interesting about this relationship that's coming in, you're both manifesting each other. You're both trying or doing your best to come in. If I think about it as airplanes, you guys are both doing your best to make sure the landing gear's down, making sure the approach is good. If the approach isn't good, one person's going to do a circle and come back around. It might take a little bit, and then they're going to come in for the landing that they feel the most comfortable with, and hopefully they don't put it off too long, because then you might have another suitor that comes in and is like, hello, I got lots of blue pens in my nest. Come on, baby. So that might be you too. If you don't pursue someone that you have active feelings for, then they might, get snatched up too. So another mate might come along and they might pursue that option. So very interesting read today, but mostly, just acknowledging how much work you've done. Your prayers are being heard. Focus on, bringing things in together as much as you can, and know that there might be a second chance here, whether that's a generalization or not. Just know that either way, a second chance is coming in here for you to have new love and to express yourself and experience life in a totally different way. So you're co-creating, this person's co-creating, you guys are coming on in together in a beautiful energy of harmony here. And thank you so much, Heidi. That's really appreciated. And, I wish you guys the best. It is a, midweek reading, or close to anyways. And just know that emotions are high. Coming into the full moon here, we've got a lot happening in our spirit and our soul. And, when someone is struggling to communicate their truth, that is real for them. Okay. So, I know you guys are going to cringe when I say it, but continue to work on that patience and focus on what you can to help yourself feel good about life, even if you're a little bit down. Just focus on the small things right now if you're struggling. And just know I have so much love for you guys. I really do. And I really hope the best for all of us. I really want to see all of us thriving and experiencing some new things where we can really reset, regenerate. We can have some playfulness. You know, we can really start to feel good about life again and start to feel like there's a better flow again. So all the best. Take care. Love you lots. And hopefully we'll be hearing some energies of beautiful divine unions, reconnections, new connections, and that energy coming in very, very shortly. And hopefully, you know, the people who are going to end up reaching out have the courage to do so and really have confidence in themselves, no matter what happens, that they can reach out and speak their truth. Okay. All right, guys. Ciao for now. Take care. Love you.